And yes, my hands are blue. Today's going to be a tutorial on this look as well as an update on the Morphe 39A palette. I'm going to be telling you my thoughts. I'm going to be using this palette to create this eye look as well so you can see it in action. And yeah, it's kind of like an update, kind of a tutorial just meshed into one video. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's still a pretty colorful makeup look, but it's just on the darker side, which I am living for. So if you want to see this look and if you want to see my update on this palette right here, then keep watching. There has been a piece of salad stuck in between my teeth for this entire video, and I just realized it. Good job, Anya. Good job. So hello, lovely people. Today I'll be using a little bit of this Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation to prime my eyelids. My hair looks like a mullet currently because I am growing it out, which is why it's in like a ponytail today, and my bangs look like an overgrown dog's hair. I don't know. I need to trim. Definitely. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my eyeshadow base, or my foundation that I put on my eyeshadow. So I'm going to be doing this by just taking a little bit of this powder, this Coty Airspun powder. I just use a little bit off the lid, and I just use this to set my foundation. I'm doing this because today we're going to be using the Morphe 39A palette, and I've been testing this for quite a while, and I've come to the conclusion that this palette does work better if you set your eyeshadow base when you're using it, because otherwise the colors tend to look a little bit patchy, which is of course not good. So usually I like to put my eyeshadow on top of a sticky base because that actually helps the eyeshadow adhere better, but for some reason, like these shades, they work so much better when you just set your base. I have been using this palette a ton recently because I wanted to give you guys my final verdict on this palette, whether I liked it or not. And I was going to do like a dedicated video to it, but then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, I think that you guys have probably already heard so much about this palette, so it might be coming to your own conclusions. So really, like, I might as well just make like a tutorial and just tell you about like my thoughts on the palette while I'm doing it. So anyway, I'll just be taking this little brush right here. This is a Morphe E17 brush, and I'm going to be dipping it into this color right here, and I'm going to be applying this to my eyelid. So far, I don't think I've shown you guys like a green smoky eye with this palette on camera yet, so this will be new for you too. Sorry for the background noise. Our water heater is being a biatch, so that is wonderful, of course, but hopefully you guys don't mind it or you can't hear it. Either way is good. But anyway, I'm going to be applying this to my outer corner and a little bit into my crease as well, but I'm just applying it just below my crease, so it kind of like makes like a sideways J shape almost. It kind of looks like that. Is this too bright? I hope it's not. But anyway, like, that's how it's going to look like so far. And then what I do is I take a small blending brush. If you watch me on a regular basis, you guys know that this is my thing, this like method of eyeshadow. But I'm just going to take this color right here. This is like a lighter version of this other color. I'm going to load it up on this like really tiny brush. This is the Morphe M505. And I'm just going to blend my crease out using these two shades. Since they're so similar, they're going to really look beautiful blended together. And I can afford to be a little bit more sloppy when it comes to blending because I know that there will be no muddiness, because these two shades are pretty much the same thing except like several shades apart. So that way I don't have to worry too much about my eyeshadow looking terrible because I can blend it out. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a larger brush, this one right here. This is a Morphe M441, and I'm going to just mix these two colors together just a little bit and use this brush to just blend out my socket. I am holding the brush like closer to the end, and this will allow me to like give a little bit more of an airbrushed look. I really want to take this blue color right here. I've really been enjoying this color a ton, and I've used it in a few eye looks, and I want to pack it like right into the center of my eyelid, so it's kind of blending into the green but not really. Let's just use fingers. Sometimes they're a lot better than brushes. I'm going back in with this teeny tiny brush, grabbing this color right here, and I'm going to blend out those edges. Of course, now my hands are covered in blue eyeshadow. This is becoming such like a theme of normalcy for me, honestly. So I'm kind of getting used to it. But then like people that don't know me too well, they're like, what is on your body? Like, because I just get blue eyeshadow and like green eyeshadow and like red eyeshadow everywhere because I'm an artiste. I guess. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, honestly, so yeah. Moving on to the rest of my face, I think I'm just going to use this foundation on the rest of my face as well. I have been using this foundation a lot recently. I think it's just because it's just so darn cheap, because if I'm being very honest with you guys, sometimes I just don't feel like using a more expensive foundation like the Fenty foundation, which you guys know I love, on my face when I know that I really won't be doing much in the entire day, you know? I just want to use, I have eyeshadow on my lip. I just want to use like a Fenty foundation or like a more expensive high-end foundation on my face when I'm actually doing something that day, when I'm going to need that longevity, when I'm going to need that quality. Not that this foundation isn't good quality as well. It's just like, it's really good and I really like it a lot. But the smell can be a little bit off-putting sometimes, even though I am used to it. And this foundation does tend to look a little bit more like foundation, if that makes any sense. But I still love it. It's one of my favorite foundations in the entire world right now, and I have been wearing it almost nonstop for the past few weeks. But yeah, I mean, like, why just use a more expensive foundation when I have this foundation? It's like $5 or $6, and it's still like the quality is comparable to like a higher end foundation, which is always really nice. I'm going to do something which I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to use a little bit of eyeliner. This is my Maybelline gel liner, and I'm just going to line my waterline. I know I haven't done this in a long time, but I just saw a picture of somebody with like tight lined eyes, and I was like, wow, that is beautiful. I know I haven't done eyeliner in a long time, but I figured I might as well get back to it just a little bit, maybe a lot. Maybe a lot. Okay, so I'm going to set my under eye a little bit because like I said, this eyeshadow does do so much better when you set the area that you are applying this eyeshadow to. So I'm going to take a little bit of this color right here and just sweep it into my under eye area. This kind of color combination is giving me life right now. I look like this evil poisonous witch and I love it. So now I'm going to tightline my lower lash line and just use a brush to kind of smoke it out as well. I'm taking this brush right here. It has a little bit of blue eyeshadow on it, but that's okay since we'll just be using it to smoke out my lower lash line. Okay, so now that I'm done with like smoking out my eye and making myself look like a hot vixen, I'm going to be going in with the rest of my face really quickly. Wow, my hands are covered in blue eyeshadow. I think I want to use this highlight, mostly because it's like literally right here. It's been here like the whole time and kind of calling to me. So we're just going to be using this highlight and just putting it on the high points of my face. Maybe a little bit everywhere as well. Do I want like an inner corner highlight? I'm not sure. Bronzer, using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, of course. And this is just going to bronze up my cheeks. I'm just really trying to decide if I need any like inner corner highlight at this point. Will that take away from this look or will that add to it? You know, because like this is kind of like a grungy, like really like harshly blended smoky eye, right? But like, will it feel like more finished with an inner corner highlight? I don't know. We shall see. Let's try this. This is the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Liberty. I've already hit pan on one of these and I think I completely finished that one, and this is the second one, and I'm already hitting pan on this product as well. Well, I think that's just a little bit too much silver eyeshadow. Okay, time to put some blue eyeshadow on top of the silver, because this is like way too much. Now I'm going to go in with some mascara. Oh yes, I have missed tightlining. My eyes look like so much more smoldering when I tightline, honestly. For lashes, I'm using the Noir Fairy Lights by House of Lashes. So now I'm going to work on my lower lashes. I'm using a little bit more of that mascara. I'm just piling on that lower lash mascara, babes. I'm kind of like making this look a little bit more clumpy and a little bit more like grungy. The intensity is going up. It really is. I love it. I absolutely love it. For my lips, I'm going a little bit basic using this Rimmel Exaggerate lip liner in the shade Innocent. This is like literally the nudest of the nude lip liners. But over that, I'm going to be using a little bit of this Essence lipstick in the shade Porcelain. Your girl needs to exfoliate these lips like stat. So that's pretty much it for this video. This is the finished tutorial, the finished look, the finished whatever you want to call it, the finished grungy, smoky, greeny, bluey, silvery. Anya, stop while you're still going. Look, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am ready for fall in this look. I am very, very much so ready for fall, because before I'm like, oh yeah, let's use like some colorful, bright colors, you know, and I still love that. But today I was like, let's just go full on dark glam. I wanted to give you guys a few like final thoughts on this palette right here, since I'm like, kind of like thinking back, and like I kind of realized that I did not really talk too much about this palette. I mean, I just used it and I was gonna like give you guys like an update. So like I said at the beginning of this video, these shadows work best when you set your eye primer or whatever you're using for your eye primer. I do like how you can actually use some of these mattes with your fingers and they perform really well. I realize that not a lot of people use mattes with their fingers, and I might be like the only one, but I just really like using like my fingers to like really pack on mattes, and these really work well for that. Also, I like the metallics. The metallics I find to be like really, really fun to work with. This red color does stain my eyes a little bit, which is not really unusual if you're looking for like, if you're looking at colors such as these, because these do tend to stain the eyes, and for me I find that that's no different. So yeah, this is a beautiful color. I have done, I think, a look using this color and I loved it so much. I filmed it and yeah, it's up on my channel. The other metallics I really do like a lot. I haven't tried each and every single color in this palette, just because in order to do so I'd have to have a lot of time to create a whole bunch of looks, but I wanted to give you guys like an update on this palette. And yeah, I really have been liking this palette a lot. These colors are beautiful. The metallics are really nice as well, but I do have to admit that the metallics don't excite me nearly as much as the mattes do. The metallics are like, you know, typical. They're good metallics. There's really nothing wrong with them. I really love them. But the mattes are like, I love you so much, because like this, it's just really difficult to find like some dark mattes that have good qualities, that have good pigmentation, that are like the right colors that you want in like a colorful makeup look, and this palette has those mattes, which I absolutely adore. And yes, I have been using this palette several times and I love it. So I think I will definitely be reaching for this palette in the future, since this palette is quickly becoming one of my more favorite palettes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.